Okay, so first paddle at Lyrup, and hell, it's a nice place. Boat ramp over here, so I'll just swivel right around, go into the ramp itself, and you can actually see we've got a fair old tide, so I'll be careful about when I say tide, river flow. So the wind is actually pushing down the river, and so there's our ramp, which is really handy. And I guess worst case scenario, you could actually launch straight here, but I chose to go down the bank, and I guess I'll find out how hard that is. Yesterday I took a read of some of the history here, and river boat here, wow, which I had no idea existed. So we can actually just take a little canoe around it, and we can actually see beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay, so once you get into here, you can't get out the other way, but that's okay. Okay, so pump for water, and then we've got an old pump here. It's amazing. So just a really riverboat of some form. We'll have a look around the other side while I'm here. Okay, rope's a little bit low for me, a bit sad, isn't it? So all I'll do is just pull around and have a look down the side, and you can just see the size of the punt. So this would have been the arms through here. You can see the 6 lugs that would have picked up the front of it, and I don't know how old that would be, but it looks to be pretty old compared to the new ones. You know, we get to know why. So there we go. So just a little beautiful waterway. Okay, and really this river is the lifeblood of South Australia for many years. Adelaide water comes from there. We now have a desalination plant. We do have other reservoirs, but we use more water, and we are using more water than what we've ever used. And here we can see the reeds just starting to form up this side there. Beautiful. Okay, no birds. Now that might be just a simple fact of my presence, and it's middle afternoon. It's not really the best time for bird photography, but we can actually see the trip ahead. Okay, so in my bucket there's a little bit of fishing tackle, cloth rag if I should be fluky enough to actually catch something, and at the moment I've got no chance of that because the rod's not in, but through here it's lovely. Okay, so the river flows. So Walker's Flat is a place where our family had a shack in the early 60s right through to 1970. We had a shack there. My grandfather found out that it was Crown land and managed to get a spot, and that shack is still there now. So if we're talking early 60s, and gives you an idea, it's 40, 50, approaching 70 years since he built it. So the other earlier this year, late last year it was October, I drove there. I had a look on Global Earth and couldn't find anything that looked like it, and although I did see a section of road there which appeared to me to be like the roof structure, and it was, but what they'd done is built on the side of it. And so the shack is about double the size of what it was back in the 60s. And when my grandfather, whose name was Avenel Goulburn Treleaven, and basically why such a name? When he was born, his father was a riverboat captain, and he was at Avenel on the Goulburn River. Go figure what some of our forefathers would actually call the names of descendants and sons and daughters and stuff like that. And so there was a Jack Treleaven, there was a Sid, and there was a Roy. So there was quite a few down at Goulburn. And of our line, my sister Wendy and Michael, my brother, are the last of that Treleaven line. My grandson has actually named himself Treleaven, and so he carries on the Treleaven name. Well, this is beautiful. It's flat as through here. This is gorgeous. And so we can see the typical topography of any river. It's pretty level, but then you can see the trees reaching out into it, and yeah, it's lovely, just beautiful to look at. So this time yesterday, you would not have thought that I would be in here. I was as sick as a dog, full of sinus, sneezing, and anyhow I went to the chemist, and the local lass servant at the counter, she says everyone uses Sudafed here. So now I haven't had any luck with Sudafed tablets or anything like that, but this was an inhaler, and so 3 squirts up each nostril, and for the next 8 to 9 hours, not even a sneeze. Took another lot last night and haven't had to take one. Tonight I'll take one as well. I just want to make sure it's gone. It looks really great. Now I'm not racing, just enjoying the moment, having a look around. Some of these river boats have a combination of you know, like household air conditioners and caravan air conditioners. So the Empress of Lyrup, okay, they all have the same design, pontoon, flat floor, and then a bit of a structure on top with everything else. They look good, look quite good. Side, I will actually have the sun, but the wind was actually coming from that side, so it's interesting to see. Interesting dwelling down here. I'm not exactly sure. It looks like a, well, looks like a pitch roof, so it must be a house. Certainly not a river boat. Lovely. Beautiful. And we can see a few pelicans up here as well, just doing their thing. Just lovely. I want to hug the bank a bit, just a bit closer to the shade. It interests me, the tree roots, the system that actually keeps these trees on the side of the river alive. And then I don't know what the heck we got here in the bag. Now that used to be a way to make gents, where you'd actually stick a bag with some fish in it, and they'd swarm up and the flies would get in there, and before long you'd have a truckload of gents. Larvae, fly larvae, and then basically you could use those for bait. Very popular. Yeah. Well, I would have never thought that you would actually have a riverboat that actually has a so we'll go down to the riverboat. Beautiful. Here's another one. Plastic bag right up on the tree. And what the hell they do? Well, number one, getting it up there. So maybe a bird has done it. I don't know. Very nice and smooth across here. Love these. We used to get a lot of catfish under these. That was a favourite sort of haunt. You could actually fish them there. More river boats. And that one's a TV arrow. That's out there. It is. It does actually has paddles. Wow, look at that. That's lovely. Beautiful. That is a lovely boat. Just really well set up. Marundi. Okay, so you can actually see just the shape of it and the paddle wheel through here. Just lovely, very flat roof. Okay, just some really interesting structures, some of these boats, and they wouldn't be cheap to build. They're not difficult. Yeah, so this looks like a transportable, and it's actually transporting. It's amazing. Pitch roof like a house. Well, there you go, I've seen it all now. So I've got to take a picture of this one in particular. Okay, I can use it at work, and I teach timber frame design, and we talk about wind loads, and it'd be really interesting how that works on one of these. Ah, here we go. And it just putters along at a very low rate. Yeah, amazing. Solar panels, pot belly, galv roof, owl up the top to scare the birds away. Yeah. So I'll go across to that creeper on the other side. And what I have found in paddling is you just pace yourself. You don't try and smash it out. Look at the pelican up there, just taken off because we're heading in that territory. And here we have some beautiful cliffs right down there. Lovely. And there's always a few cars down there. So each time we've gone back towards Renmark, we've gone past this area and we've seen that, so it's been quite good. Lovely. I just pull that right round and you just see the cliffs cut away. Beautiful red sandstone. I mean, that's almost equal to the Painted Desert where I went in there. That was lovely. So I'm pretty sure I could launch from there into that little boat ramp, and that would be a possibility too, and then go further down. Not that I want to paddle, you know, 50 k's or something stupid like that, but you can actually see that, so it's really good. Now let's have a look. Go right to it. And there we can see that rock face over there. We can just buzz around a bit, and yeah, so there's a little bit of a landing there, another one over there. See, there's no real trouble to actually go around here at all. A few seagulls. I thought you only saw those when you got to Goa. Just kidding. Which is closer to our home than what we think. Okay, so another bird. Okay, up here. So we're against the current, so it'll take a while.